It's really a thing now. You know, I wasn't going to talk about this on here with the slim amount of details that we actually have about the One Piece live action. You see, I was just going to wait until we at least got, some actors confirmed, a first look image, or maybe even some set leaks before I even considered making this video. But we all know things change, and although we didn't get any of that, we did in fact get this. Oh man. At first I thought this was some kind of troll article just because of how fucking insane this headline is. Netflix live action One Piece head writer compares Luffy to Kamala Harris, St. Carlos to Trump. Like, what? This is only a few days after we got the announcement that the series was actually, officially beginning to start up. They posted this first look at a script and everything with its own logo that looks like it was pulled straight from an MCU poster. Then just a few days later, you have the head writer coming out and comparing Monkey D. Luffy, the main character, to the Vice President of the United States of America. I looked at this headline a good few times just to make sure I was reading it correctly. And unfortunately, I was, and even more unfortunate, it's not a troll. Maybe I'm being too harsh. I haven't even read this yet. It's just the headline is so bad. Maybe this isn't as bad as I'm making it out to be. Twitter user, that name, highlighted Instagram and Twitter posts made by Steven Maida in January of this year. Therein, Maida has compared Monkey D. Luffy to US Vice President Kamala Harris. Maida also compares Harris to the Will of D, a trait within One Piece where characters with the initial D as their middle name are fearless and a strong desire for freedom to fulfill their desires. This isn't real. No, I have to look again. This can't be. I'm not looking at this correctly. I want to not believe this so bad. So what I'm getting from this is that Kamala Harris has the will of D. Kamala D. Harris now. I'll get into that later. Just let's continue reading. Maida had also compared St. Carlos with 45th President of the United States, Donald Trump. The comparison was used to retort those who think One Piece posts shouldn't be political or anti-fascist. St. Carlos is one of the world nobles, also known as the Celestial Dragons, aristocrats descended from 19 of the 20 kings who formed the Great Kingdom, later the world government. Due to their authority, they are practically above the law, and are able to summon marine admirals to deal with their issues. They also own slaves. Carlos is shown as being particularly sadistic and cruel for a world noble, not only openly abusing his slaves as commoners, but taking great delight in causing misery. He intended to buy a mermaid purely to put her in a tank with piranhas and watch them chase her, likely until her death. Okay, that's all I'm actually gonna read because the rest of it's just some boring shit. So let's get into my thoughts on this whole thing, because that's clearly what you've all come here for. Now, I am no genius when it comes to politics. However, I don't think you need to be some Einstein at the subject to understand that you really shouldn't be comparing the future king of the pirates to the current VP of the US. If you didn't know this information, aka if you're Steven Maida, Luffy doesn't abide by the laws of the government. He also has no knowledge on politics, and he also is kind of a known worldwide war criminal that freed a bunch of murderous, bloodthirsty pirates from a high security prison for his own reasons. Of course, I don't know Mrs. Harris personally, but I don't really think she's ever freed a sand-shifting hook-handed terrorist from Alcatraz before. Just a little assumption by me. I'm not even mad about the Charlos thing because, let's be honest here, this thing isn't gonna make it to Sabaody. Also, nobody cares about St. Carlos. The whole adaptation here already had a lot of concerns from the beginning, and while I do know that Oda is the executive producer of this whole thing, that doesn't at all make this thing safe from being absolutely atrocious. Just look at the live action Avatar, for example. When you just look at the whole situation, you have a company that's kind of notorious for ruining a lot of things. I don't watch a lot of Netflix anime, but I have pretty good reasons for not doing so, and that only applies applies more to all of their live action adaptations of anime. Then you go and add this on top of that, and it just makes the entire situation an even bigger dumpster fire than it already was. Of course, I'm not saying that this guarantees that the whole adaptation will be bad. Of course, they can succeed in some parts, and who knows, it could even be good somehow. However, the expectations for this are completely below ground level. At this point, I'm just waiting for the first look image and seeing some CGI freak-ass monster as Chopper and for Nami to be played by some white TikTok dancer. And as you can tell from my commentary, my bar for this entire thing is kind of in the mud. I expect this whole thing to just be the 4-Kids second coming, but by all means, they could hopefully prove me wrong, and if you're still excited, then, well, good for you. Now there's me trying to be nice, because this is most definitely the most uncivilized video I've made on here so far. Boy, the response is gonna be fun. Also, a bit of a side note, this isn't scripted right here. I know that One Piece has its own, politics in it. Of course, everyone knows that there's a fucking government in the series. However, most of One Piece's politics contain absolutely no, actual social commentary. It's just basic stuff that every person in the world with a average heart at the very least understands, like slavery is bad and corruption isn't good. Everyone knows that. One Piece just puts that into the story to make an interesting story out of it. Also, the entire Kamala Harris having the Will of D thing is just hilariously stupid. It doesn't make sense at all. Please tell me one person or one characteristic that Kamala Harris, the Vice President of the United States of America, I'm emphasizing that a lot, the United States of America's Vice President, because I just have to repeat that to you guys over and over again so that you guys get the idea. Tell me one thing or one person with the Will of D that she has anything in common with. A clan of people that are all against the government, and the one person involved with that name that was part of the government ended up dying because he betrayed the government, as well as the other person aligned with the government having a ton of resentment towards a lot of people in the government. So just please comment down below just one person or one trait that makes Kamala Harris similar to One Piece characters with the middle initial of D. I'm sorry for laughing so much. This is just too fucking funny. Oh my god. Also, respect Kami. Don't call her just a mermaid. Call her by her name, bitch. There's gonna be 3 sides to this whole situation. There's gonna be the people that are going to shit on this forever. There's gonna be the people that are absolutely in love with the whole live action idea and will defend it to their graves. Yes, there will be people like that. There's people like that for everything. And then you have the person in the middle who just doesn't care because the manga and the anime are both amazing. And really, despite this entire video being me shitting on the entire live action and the whole news surrounding it, I'm mostly in the middle. But anyways, with all that out of the way, I guess it's outro time. So, bye.